post-game. Both of our schools will have both head coaches and 2 student athletes from each team. A recording of this press conference will be available on the Sunbelt YouTube channel. Quick transcribed quotes will be available on the Sunbelt website later this evening. We ask you, if you would, please silence your phones. We'll ask coaches to make an opening statement, followed by questions for the student athletes only. When the student athletes' questions are completed, we'll release them and we'll take questions for the head coach. If you do have a question, please raise your hand and we will get a microphone to you. We're joined by head coach Michael Desormeaux of the Raging Cajuns, along with senior linebacker K.C. Ossai and senior wide receiver Lance LeGendre. Coach, if you would, if you make us an opening statement.
Yeah, certainly a disappointing day. I think, offensively, my job, it starts and ends with me. I've got to find a way for us to generate some offense and move the football, and did not have a good enough plan for our team today. So, tough deal when you feel like you let these guys down, because it's a team that I'm incredibly proud of. It's a group of seniors that, are the best of what this thing's supposed to be about. They represent everything that's good in the world. They work really hard. They're good people. They care about each other, and they're winners. And I'm disappointed in the result tonight. But God, man, I'm so proud of this team, and thankful for one more opportunity with them, an opportunity to try to win a bowl game. And that's the way we want to send this group out, with a win, because that's what they deserve.
Questions for our student athletes?
Kevin Foote, Acadiana Advocate. K.C., just talk about, we talked about it before, their quarterback. Just talk about how hard it was to tackle him, and how much did he make a difference in your mind?
Obviously, he was a good player, but I think it was just mostly us just not wrapping up and running our feet on defense, and that gaining an extra 2-3 yards, that sucks when you have to go from 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8 to 3rd and 4. So mostly on us, mostly on defense, just not running our feet and wrapping up, honestly.
Lance, I know this is not the way you wanted the season to end, but just talk about what this season has meant for you. And you kind of blossomed as a wide receiver and made big play after big play. You had a lot of big plays here again tonight. Just talk about this season for you.
Yeah, it was an honor to journey back with the team, after some time lost. I felt like came in January, Coach Daz had a plan for me, and I executed the best way I can. My job was to contribute to the team the best way I can, and I felt like I gave it what I got.
Hi, Shannon Belt from the Daily Advertiser. Question for both of you. What was the vibe like once Chandler was down?
It's next man up mentality. So we have guys that's behind guys, and here you work while you wait. So Chandler went down, and Bill knew he was up next. It's no drop off as far as mindset and who's in. We execute with any guy in and whoever's running the ship. So our mindset was the same. Just help the guy, encourage him. We know he's young. Try to make abnormal plays for him.
Defensively, it was just more of, it's the same thing. We got to get stops on defense. It didn't matter who was in, honestly. On offense, we still have to do our job.
Tortron with Tor T Sports. KC, let's talk about what you said last time. You said this would be your true senior night. Was it still your true senior night, even though, despite the results?
Absolutely, man. I mean, I cherished every moment I was out there, regardless of the results. It's my last time playing in Cajun Field, so despite the sourness of losing, still enjoyed every moment.
Other questions for our student athletes? If no more questions, guys, we appreciate it. Congratulations on your season. Good luck in the bowl game. We'll now take questions for Coach Desormeaux.
Well, Coach, just talk about their defensive front. I thought they just made it real tough for y'all even before Chandler got hurt, and then talk about trying to get something going offensively once Chandler was out. That had to be tough.
Look, we don't make excuses about anything here. Yeah, they got after us up front. I think they did a good job. They made it tough for us. We did some just kind of uncharacteristic things tonight. We just a little off here and there, and they did a great job. And my job is to get us ready to play and to get us in some stuff that we can execute a little bit better. And it's tough. We've been really good on offense, all year, and just to perform like that, it's a hard one for me to swallow. It wasn't a lack of effort or anything like that up front. They got after us a little bit, and we just kind of couldn't get anything going, couldn't pop one, couldn't kind of get any traction. And when Daniel came in there, just weren't really in a position to be able to protect him, and certainly we weren't executing at a very high level around him. So kind of had to put a lot on him, which is a really tough situation to be in. I thought he did a good job, man. It's a hard spot to come into, and he jumped in there and he went out there and helped us try to move the ball a little bit, but we didn't play well enough around him, and again I've got to get us I've got to get a better plan for our guys to be able to execute a little better.
Even had Chandler been in the game, without running the ball, it was going to be tough.
Well, that was one of the keys to the game, was we're going to have to be able to run the football, and we did not do that very well. All year we ran it well. All year they gave up rushing yards, and tonight, we couldn't get anything going. I thought they did a really good job up front. There was a lot of knockback on their side. I thought their linebackers played fast. They tackled really well. We couldn't really get anything going in space. So yeah, that was to me the key to the game, was for us to be able to run the ball. When Chandler was in there, we threw it a little more efficiently, but that's just that's part of it. It wasn't the game we wanted to be in.
Good evening, Andrew Greenstein at Louisiana Radio Network. Kind of a two-part question. What is a prognosis for Chandler Fields? And if this is not an injury that's going to require him to be out for an extended period of time, do you know what his status is going to be for the bowl game, whichever bowl game you go to?
Coming off the field, it doesn't sound good. It sounds like it's going to be a long-term deal. So kind of heartbroken for him a little bit. To work as hard as he did to get in this position and to go out like that. So hopefully it would get better news tomorrow, but right now it doesn't sound very good.
Luke Creasy with the Herald-Dispatch in Huntington. I'm sorry if you talked about it in your opening statement, but you talked about Braylon Braxton's ability to run the ball. How far did that go in kind of setting the tone early? Because he had some tough runs.
He did. He's hard to get on the ground. We knew that. There was a couple of runs he made too, where we had a guy there and he ran through an arm tackle. Had a couple where we pressured into it, and had somebody there, and he broke an arm tackle and was around the edge. And he's tough, man. He's a tough football player. I think that Coach Huff and those guys have done a phenomenal job of playing his skill set. And I think it really played in their hands whenever we were struggling on offense and couldn't run the ball. They said, well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take the air out of this thing, and we're going to keep chipping away at it. And they did, and they wore us down on defense. But it's hard to play good defense when you're not getting anything going on offense. And that's the thing, that we've been, incredibly efficient all year on offense and sustained drives and 8 o'clock and did things to help our defense. And tonight we weren't able to do that. And, you put those guys in a really tough spot. But, the guy's a hell of a player, and we knew that coming into it. And he performed, like a good player should in a game like that.
Any other questions for Coach Desormeaux?
Coach, obviously, players were hardworking leaving the field. What was the message you were able to give in the locker room to keep their spirits up?
Well, I don't think anything fixes, the feeling you have right now. First thing I told them is I'm proud of them. And I love this team and I love everything they're about. We talked about this from the beginning. You work really hard for something, and in life there's no guarantee you're going to get it. But I know that working hard for something never results in regret. You never regret working for it. And, I regret that we didn't get the result we wanted tonight. But, man, it's been so much fun with this team, and to see them just kind of come to life all year, and to see them just go out there week after week and put it all on the line for each other. Seen how much growth we've had, and talked to the seniors about their legacy. They've set the standard back to where we want it to be in Lafayette, Louisiana. We got to the conference championship 2 times before we pulled it out. We're here now. That's the expectation. It always has been. Our group that's coming back, they know the work that's required to get to this point. And all I want to do is send these guys out the right way. I'm thankful for one more opportunity to play with these guys. I am so grateful for a bowl opportunity, wherever it is, against whoever it's against, for this team to go out there and go finish and win a championship, even if it's not the conference championship, win a bowl championship. I'm proud of them. Like I said, tonight, I take it all tonight. I'm proud of these guys, man, because they've been through a lot of things personally as a team. And, tomorrow we're going to have our end-of-the-year banquet, and we're going to celebrate a season that we're proud of. Tonight wasn't our best, but we're certainly proud of the body of work from the whole year.
And one more question. You got to take a look at your true freshman quarterback, who's probably going to be playing in this bowl game. What were your feelings about his performance tonight?
I mean, what a tough situation to be thrown into. That kid is prepared all year. He's sat in there and he's soaked up everything. Ben and Chandler have been phenomenal examples to him of what it's supposed to look like and how you're supposed to prepare and what you're supposed to do. And he went out there tonight against a really good front and really had to go out there, and a lot of pressure was on his shoulders because, the struggles we're having running the football. It's certainly not an ideal situation for that kid to be in. I'm proud of him, though. He's a natural leader. He's tough. There's no better way to learn than to be thrown into it. We're going to learn a lot from this tape, and he'll continue to get better, and he'll continue to play well for us. And the future's bright with Daniel here.
Any other questions for Coach Desormeaux?
Thanks, guys.
Coach, if not, congratulations on your season. Thank you for coming. Good luck in the bowl game.
Thanks, Dan.